Hey, what's up guys? Coach Nate here with my favorite 5-minute running form fix. Raise your hand if you're that runner who comes back with scuff marks on their calves, or you tend to tightrope a little bit, your feet tend to land right in front of each other, or you tend to drop your hips a lot. I'm gonna give you 2 fantastic drills you can easily implement in the middle of your run that will start to turn the ship around. Let's dive in. So when it comes to running well, running really strongly with good form, especially towards the end of those runs, we need to have the right doses of everything. We need to be tall, we need to have the right amount of rotation, the right amount of hip extension, the right amount of arm swing, the right amount of core strength and stability. And what happens when we fatigue is that these numbers start to go off a little bit. Specifically, we start to lose our ability to stay tight and connected in certain areas, and so other areas of the body start to overcompensate. And that's what this 5-minute drill is all about. It's about to dial in our rotation so we're getting the right amount of stability and the right amount of movement in areas that matter. Now, what I'm going to particularly draw attention to is what my arms do relative to my upper body. Every time I take a step or run, one leg is going to swing back behind me. And if you ever do a leg swing, for example, you can notice that if I don't pay attention and I swing my hip out the back, this leg wants to take my upper body with it. It wants me open up here. Now, naturally, when I start to swing my legs, look, my arms start to contralaterally swing in the other direction, just like when I'm running. And what this arm swing helps do is keep my shoulders and my hips nice and neutral and stable as this leg swings out the back. Notice that when I walk into a room, I don't walk like this. This seems kind of strange. You don't even need to know that it's for it to seem sort of weird. We naturally contralaterally walk and swing this way. So while your hips and shoulders, it doesn't appear that they move, we want to keep them still, there's a degree of anti-rotation and resistance to rotation that's occurring. The problem is this: when I get tired with my running, my shoulder starts to tense up and my arm swing starts to go away. So now I'm getting in a situation where, because my arms aren't swinging, as soon as my hips go out the back, my upper body starts to overcompensate and say, hey, if the arms aren't going to do the job, I'm going to twist with you. So all of a sudden, if you become this runner who twists and over rotates a lot in the upper body, that's what's happening. The few things start to happen further down the chain. As soon as I start to over twist through here, I tend to lose connection with my pelvis. And every time I take a step, my hips tend to drop. And then I'm starting to scuff my calves every time I take a step. So I'm super twisty. I might be that person who's tight roping when they run on the line. I'll get to that in the next part of the video. And I'm starting to get that calf scuff. So the next piece, we're gonna get into my favorite drill. It's the stable arm drill. We're gonna dial in this sense of stability and rotation to protect those hips by taking the arm swing away. So let's get into this stable arm drill. Where we're gonna start is just a jog in place, actually. And you're gonna notice that when I pick my legs up, my arms naturally hit that contralateral swing, which is that technical term. What we're gonna do for a stretch of 20 yards, or you could do this for 10, 15 seconds tops at a time. You're gonna run with your arms out straight. And you're gonna notice that your upper body is gonna start to twist a little bit, and you can see my arms bouncing a little bit back and forth. Your job, your mission in life, is to minimize all back and forth movement. So I'm gonna have to be a little bit tighter here and a little bit more engaged. So notice that here I'm relaxed, here I'm nice and tight, not letting those hands bounce back and forth at all. I'm gonna do 2 to 3 rounds of that, 10 to 15 seconds at a time, or about roughly 20 meters, jogging slowly forward. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring my hands together for another 3 rounds. And notice that when I bring my hands together, this is even more difficult than here. Once again, really dialing this in. So once I have that, I'm just a little bit more engaged, and then I can notice that when I go back to my arm swing, I notice what purpose they serve. And as soon as I get tired, I'm doing some version of this drill where I'm working harder than I have to. So 2 to 3 rounds, arms out straight, 2 to 3 rounds, arms together, really dialing in this sense of rotation and really gaining an appreciation for what my arm swing does when I run. The next thing I'm gonna do, show you one of my favorite drills you can do anywhere on a road, as long as there's a painted line, on how to focus on this from the bottom up. So this is another favorite drill of mine. I just call it really the line drill or white line drill. I'm just gonna use any line on the side of the road, of course not the double yellow, and I'm going to use it as a marker for my feet. Now here's the drill. When I stand, pretty naturally, my feet are about hip width. There's this little natural window through my knees. Sometimes I talk about that in some videos. And then my feet are gonna land, with a little bit of space in between them. And what I can use is this line to make sure that when I'm stepping or running, that I'm straddling this line from either side. What this is gonna help prevent is the runner who tends to over-rotate. When they over-rotate, their legs start to grapevine back and forth that way. So I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna think about running with both feet on either side of the line. Pretty simple. Don't go too wide. It's gonna feel like you've just gotten off a horse and you're gonna be moving laterally back and forth, side to side. But if you are someone who does tend to straddle, it is gonna feel a little bit like that. Try it for 30 to 60 seconds, shake it out, do it again. Try to get 3 to 5 rounds of this in your next run. That and the stable arm drill are a great way to put these two things together. Remember, runners of the interwebs, this whole running technique is a process that is also best informed when we're equally working on our mobility and our strength. And you can do all of those things conveniently enough by downloading our new training app. All you need to do is click the link below in the description of this video. You can get that on your phone and you can start using workouts today that will work on all those pieces. Of course, if you like this video, let us know, guys. Hit that thumbs up button below the video, hit that like button. Of course, comments or questions on this stuff. We love to geek out on run form stuff. We will geek out right along with you. And of course, subscribe to our channel, guys. We have new videos coming out each and every week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, sometimes on other days too, who knows? If you are a subscriber, you will be the first ones to get in there and to see them, because that's what we make them for, just you guys. So anyway, I'm gonna keep filming, guys. I'll see you in the next one.